Hello students, I am here with another video from the chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is chapter number 15th, Light. Before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So we have started this chapter by the definition of the word light, which is a form of energy and which helps us to see the things which is present around us. Okay, so we can see this colorful world with the help of our eyes, as well as we could also see with the help of the light. If light is not present, we are not able to see that. Okay, now we have also studied about the characteristics of light, okay, in which we have studied about the image formation in the plane mirror, which has certain features like it is formed in the at the same distance, it is of the same height, then it is the right left reversal is being seen, which is known as a lateral inversion. Okay, so we have also talked about the different reflecting surfaces, which could be the plane reflecting surface, which was the mirror, as well as we have also seen about the curved reflecting surface, in which we have studied about the curved mirrors, that is the concave and the convex mirror. Similarly, we have also seen about the lenses, in which we have also discussed about the curved surface also, which means that the curved surface means in the form of lenses also. Now lens and the mirror also has certain basic difference also, which we have already studied, that in the mirror the reflecting surface is polished, one of the reflecting surfaces there, and the other side, the back side of this reflecting surface is polished. Okay, next we have seen about the lenses. We have seen that these lenses are transparent in nature, in which the light passes through them. Okay, and it is also used for correcting the eye defects. Okay, we have also seen each and every uses of each and every types of curved reflecting surface as well as the lenses. Okay, after that we discussed the second part of the chapter, which was dealing with the concepts such as dispersion, the concept of spectrum, the rainbow colors, and what is the meaning of the word dispersion, in which we saw about how is this rainbow formed, and also we have seen the Newton's color disk. Okay children, so that was all about the recap of this chapter. Now today I'm going to tell you about the key words of this chapter. Okay, so this chapter is over, the explanation part of this chapter is over. Now we'll discuss about the important words which are given at the last of this chapter in your NCERT book, and which is very much necessary because it comes in the form of the definitions, and everybody should understand that what does the each and every word means. Okay, so we'll study about the keywords of this chapter, light. Okay, so the first keyword is the concave lens. The first keyword is the concave lens. Now what is this concave lens? As we have talked about just now, that lenses are the transparent portion of the reflecting surface, or this is actually not a reflecting surface, it is a refracting surface, which is a transparent. Okay, this is a transparent curved surface. Okay, which is a transparent curved surface, and you need to draw the diagram. Then you could draw the diagram of this concave, convex as well as this concave lens. Okay, so this is about what is the meaning of the word lens, which is a transparent refracting surface where the light is passing directly, which is coming and it is crossing this transparent glass, and then it is going to come out from the other side after bending. So this is known as a refraction, children. Okay, so we have talked about reflection, and we'll talk about this refraction in the higher classes. Okay, which means that a light is entering here, it is not simply moving out, it is going to bend somewhat and then it is coming out. Okay, or it is going to move, this is going to move upwards and then it is going to come out. This bending move of the light is because of the medium from which it is traveling. Okay, so this is all about the study of the higher classes, where we will study about the various various concepts of refraction. Okay children, so in this class we have to study only about the reflection, which I have discussed. Okay, now next thing is that next word, which is this concave mirror. So next word is concave mirror. Concave mirror. Now what do you mean by concave mirror? Again, now here we have talked about lens, we'll talk about mirrors. So mirrors are the reflecting shiny reflecting surface. Okay, so these are the shiny reflecting surface. So if we talk about the concave mirror, again it is a curved mirror where it is curved inwards, and the outermost portion, the non-reflecting surface, is painted painted opaque, and this is the reflecting surface. Okay, so this is what is known as a concave mirror. Fine, so this concave mirror means which is curved inwards. So this mirror is being formed after polishing one of the surface of the glass or the curved surface, or we have talked about the spherical mirrors. It is a part of spherical mirror which is coming out, which we are cutting from the spherical sphere of a glass, and if it is curved inwards, it is said to be as a concave mirror. Why mirror? Because it is a reflecting, it has a reflecting surface which is shiny in nature, which is plain in nature, whether it is curved. Hence it although it is curved, but still it is a plain surface, it's not a rough surface. Next word is the convex lens. So then third word is the convex lens. Okay, again the lens is a transparent material, but this lens could be a different part because it is also helpful in the refraction. It is not going to reflect the light, it is going to refract. When the light rays is passing from these transparent lenses, it is going to bend either away or it is going to bend towards the normal. Fine, so this is what is about the lens, and the shape of the convex lens is what is? The shape of the convex lens is like this. Okay, so this lens is somewhat having the glass surface which is which could be drawn like this. Okay, so which has both the surface bulging, it is tapering at the ends. It is tapering at the ends from these two sides, and this is thick from the center. So this is how you are able to see and recognize this convex lens. The next word is convex mirrors. Okay, so what is the next word? Next word is convex mirror. So this convex mirror means that it is a mirror, again it is a shiny surface. Okay, so this is a, if it is a shiny surface, it is a reflecting surface, it is a curved reflecting surface. Now what kind of curve it is? It is a convex, so it means that this is bulging outwards, and the inner side is painted black, inner side is painted opaque. So this becomes a reflecting surface which is curved outwards, which is curved outwards. Okay, so this is the reflecting surface and this is curved outwards, and this is known as a convex mirror because one side is plain and one side is non-reflecting. One side is reflecting and the other side is non-reflecting. Okay, now the next word is the erect image. Okay, what do you mean by the word erect image? The next word is erect image. Now what is an image? Image is just the it is formed because of where the two light rays are going to meet, and whenever the light rays are meeting with each other, it is going to form the same type of reflection which is present when a thing is being placed in front of the mirror. Okay, so this which is known as the image. Now what do you mean by erect image? Erect, the word erect image means it is the straight image. Now what do you mean by a straight image? It means it is not upside down. If you are right, if this is an object, if one mirror is being placed, in the mirror also we are going to get the same image. So it is the erect image. Okay, so this means that the straight image is being formed. Okay, so this is just the property of the plane mirror where the erect images are being formed. It is straight. It is also the property of the mirrors and the lenses also where the erect image is formed. Erect means it is upright. The head is at the head position, the tail is at the tail position, and as we are looking our face in the mirror, we are not turned upside down. We are being seen from top, means we are not going to change our orientation. Okay, we are not going to change the upside down, we are not going to be happen. So it is the head, and the head is going to match in the in its reflection also. Okay, in its image also. So what is known as the erect image? Erect image means it is the straight image. Okay children, so this is the next word. This was the next word. So this was the next word. So next I am going to discuss about the next part, that is the magnified image. So the next word is this magnified magnified image. Okay, now what is this word? What is the meaning of this word magnified? Magnified means it is the large image. It is not a very tiny, it is a very large image. So this is known as a magnified image, which is being shown from the magnifying glass. Okay, so this is known as the large image. Fine. So we have seen about erect image, which means the straight image. The magnified image means it is the enlarged image. Okay, it is a large image. Fine. Next word as enlarged image, if you talk about, we can see from the microscope, we can see from the magnifying glass, and if we are able to look into the different types of mirrors, we can also see the magnified image. Okay. So the next word now we will study about is the magnifying glass. So the seventh word is magnifying glass. Now it is a glass, it is a lens which is used as it is a convex lens which is being used for magnifying anything. It is going to enlarge the thing. It is a glass, it is the device, it is an instrument which is going to enlarge the image which we are seeing from this magnifying glass. It is used to magnify the image, it is used to enlarge the image. Okay, so this is what is about the magnifying glass. The next word is the prism. Okay, so the next word is prism. Now what do you mean by a prism? Prism is a 3D structure of a triangle, okay, which has different sides. It is a 3D model of the triangle, and this is what is being used for refracting the light rays. It is also made up of from the glass. It is having the sides, and then when the light is passing from this prism, it is going to refract, it is going to disperse. So this is an instrument which is helpful in the dispersion of light also. Okay, so this is about the prism. Now next word, which is the next word is, I will rub off the upper part. Now here the next word is rainbow. What do you mean by this word? Rainbow. What is a rainbow? This rainbow is the natural phenomenon. It is the occurrence of a natural phenomenon because of which what happens, the light is getting dispersed into 7 colors. So what is it? It is a natural phenomenon, or it is a process where the light rays are dispersed. Okay, they are getting dispersed from the water drops. Okay, when the light falls on it, when there is a rainy season, we could see this rainbow very easily, and this is in the form of arc which is present in the sky with the 7 colors. Okay, so this was the description about the rainbow, where when after the rain we could see this natural phenomenon where the light rays are getting refracted. The light rays are getting dispersed, not refracted. It is actually the dispersion phenomena into 7 colors. Okay, so this is what is about the rainbow. Okay, next word now, it is the real image. So what is the next word? It is the next word is the real image. What is a real image? Real image is the image which is obtained, on screen. Okay, now we have discussed this several times when I was teaching you the chapter. What do you mean by the real image? Real image means it is the image which is being obtained on the screen. Okay, it could be the screen of your laptop, it could be the screen of your television, it could be the screen of your mobile. Okay, it could be the cinema hall screen. Okay, So what do you mean by the real image? Real image is the image which is being obtained on the screen. It is not going to move away whether the object is present or not. It hardly matters. Okay, if the object is present and this image is moving away, it is not obtained on the screen, and if it is being obtained on the screen, it is said to be as the real image. Okay children, so this is about the real image, and this is what is about what is known as the image which is being formed even by the different types of mirrors. Okay, next is the next word here is the rear view mirror. What do you mean by a rear view mirror? What do you mean by a rear view mirror? Rear means the behind view. The view which is behind, the back side of me is known as a rear view. Okay, so this rear view mirror, view means to see something, and mirror means it is the mirror which is used to see the behind objects. So this is the mirror which is being placed, which is present in the cars, which is present in your vehicles, which is present in your bikes, which is present in your scooty. Now why it is present? It is used to locate, it is used to see the back view from by sitting inside the car. Okay, where by sitting inside the vehicle you could easily recognize which vehicle is coming at the back, which is following you, or to avoid accidents you have to manage things which are present on the road. Okay, so this rear view mirror is present in the cars and the vehicles to look at the behind view. Okay, now the next word which is present in your book is the side mirrors. Okay, what is this side mirror? As the name suggests, the side mirror means the mirror which are present on the side. Now which side we are talking about? The mirrors which are present in the cars, which are present in the vehicles at the side to see the side views. Okay, rear view mirror is present in the center of the car, which when you are sitting inside you can see just above the first seat, just above the driver's seat, you could see in the middle of the car there is one mirror which is known as a rear view mirror. Okay, similarly the side view mirrors are, or the side mirrors are placed at the side of the bikes or the cars. In the scooty, the two rear view, as well as it could be used as a side view, it could be used as a rear view. Okay, now the side view mirrors are also helpful in avoiding the accidents. It is used to see the view of the roads by sitting inside the vehicle. Okay, so the side view mirror is present in the car for looking the side view of the road. What is the next? The next word is the spherical mirror. Spherical mirror. Now what do you mean by the spherical mirror? Spherical mirror is the mirror which is spherical in shape, or the glass sphere which is used to cut out the different curved surface is known as a spherical mirror. Okay, so the spherical sphere of mirror, or the sphere which is used for making the mirror is known as the spherical mirror. It's very simple in understanding. What do you mean by a spherical mirror? Spherical mirror is the mirror which is obtained from the sphere. Okay, which is obtained from the glass sphere, or the glass sphere which is used for cutting the mirror is known as the spherical mirror. The next word is the virtual image. The last word of this chapter, or the keyword is this. The last word is virtual image. Okay, virtual image. Now what do you mean by virtual image? We have just now discussed about the real image which is obtained on the screen. Now the next word is this virtual image. Virtual image is the image which is being obtained, which is not obtained on the screen. Okay, so what is the meaning of the virtual image? Virtual image means it is the image which is not obtained on the screen. Okay, so this is what is about all the keywords from your NCERT book. Now the next word, the next topic that we will discuss is that what we have learned, what you have learned from this chapter. So this is just a form of a recap, and after that we'll discuss the exercises. Why we are going to discuss the exercises after this? As before starting the exercise, I would like to tell you all that what we have learned in this chapter is also the important part of this chapter, which needs to be discussed. That is why I'll discuss this now. Okay, so what you have learned. The next topic is what you have learned from this chapter. So this is the next topic which is given in your NCERT book. Okay, fine. So let's go on to the first. We will go on to the first topic, that is light travels along a straight line. Okay, with this we have already discussed that it is a phenomenon of light. This is a feature of light which is going to travel in a straight line. So light travels in a straight line. This we have already understood by using the experiment. Also we have done this, we have seen this. And if you look into a closed room and one tiny hole is present, and from there the sunlight is entering inside that room, you will always see that it is traveling in a straight line. Okay, so we have also proved this by using the experiment, by doing the experiment also, that light travels in a straight line, and this is the feature of the light. Next is that any polished or shiny surface is acting as a mirror. So the next point means that we are talking about the mirrors. So what do you mean by the mirrors? It is the shiny surface which is used for obtaining any kind of image. This is said to be as the mirrors. So what are mirrors? It is the any polished or shiny surface which acts as a mirror. Yes, any polished or on the shiny surface we could obtain the image, and that is why this is known as the mirror. This acts like a mirror. It is not the fact that you always need a glass mirror and which has to be painted black from other side and one side should be reflecting. It's not necessary. Why? Because only we need to form the image, and image could be formed in the plane as well as the shiny surface, whether it is a mirror or not. Okay, next thing, an image which can be obtained on the screen is said to be as the real image. Okay, this was very easy, and just now we discussed about the real image. So what is it? Real image means it is the image which is being present, which is being obtained on the screen. Okay, that screen could be your laptop, mobile or TV. Okay, next, the image formed by the plane mirror is erect, which is always straight. Okay, next, in this point only there is certain other, it is virtual. And what do you mean by virtual? If you are standing in front of the mirror, you will be able to see your image. As soon as you move away, the image also goes away. So this is known as a virtual image. At the same size of the object, the image is at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. Now this also was proved by an experiment when the image was present in the mirror. If it is present far away and if you are standing very far away here also, and if your mirror is being placed here, so you would also see that I am standing this much distance apart from the mirror in the inside the mirror also, where my image is being formed. Okay, next, what is it? Next point says an image which is formed by the mirror, the left right side of the object is seen on the right side of the image, and the right side of the object appears to be on the left side of the image. So what is this? This phenomenon is known as lateral inversion. What is it? We have already studied about this lateral inversion. Lateral inversion means that it is a phenomenon where the right side of the image becomes the right side of the object becomes the left side of the object, and also it becomes similarly when the left side of the object, the right side of the object becomes the left side in the image. Okay, next, what is it? It is the image formation by the convex mirror is always erect. Okay, so the image formed by the convex mirror is always erect. Erect means straight. And virtual means it is not obtained on the screen. It is smaller than the size of the object. It is also the nature of the image which is being formed. The feature of the image which is being formed in the concave mirror is that it is the real and inverted image. So real and very small image, and this is inverted image. Okay, this is upside down when it is formed in the concave mirror. Okay children, next is that we have also to study about this point in the image formed by the mirror, which is okay. So we have already studied about this lateral inversion, which means that the right side of the object becomes left side of the image. Okay, as you raise your right hand, the image is raising your left hand. Okay, next, the image formed by the convex mirror is always erect, virtual and smaller than the size of the object. Now what is it? This means that the image which is being formed by the convex mirror. So which type of mirror? By the convex mirror. It means that this curved reflecting surface would be like this by the convex mirror. When the image is being formed in front of this convex mirror, it is always erect, it is always virtual, and it is also the smaller than the size of the object. It is always virtual, it is erect, which means it is always straight. Okay, and it is virtual. It is not obtained on the screen, it is only obtained on the mirror. Okay, as soon till the time the object is present over there, the image will also be there. Once the object moves off, the image also goes off. Okay, now the next, what is it? The convex lens can form the real and inverted image. When the object is placed very close to the lens, the image formed is virtual, erect and magnified. Okay, when we use when we are using to see these objects, this could be magnified. Then the convex lens is also known, it is also used as a magnifying glass. Now what is this magnifying glass? We have just now discussed in the keywords also. What is this magnifying glass? This magnifying glass is nothing but it is the convex lens. Okay, so this is what is this, is the convex lens, which is used as the magnifying glass because this convex lens has a capacity to magnify the image. So magnifying image means it is going to enlarge the image and we could easily see the magnified object. This is just the convex lens which forms a real, inverted and magnifying glass also uses this convex lens. The next question, the next point which says the concave lens always forms erect, virtual and smaller than the size of the object. Now what is it telling? This tells us that what is the nature of the image formed by the concave lens. A concave lens always forms erect, virtual and smaller sized image. What is it? The next point is about the concave lens. We just now seen about the convex lens. We will see about the concave lens now. So this concave lens always shows the type of the image is always, what is it? It is always erect, it is virtual. Okay, what is it? It is virtual, it is smaller than the size of the object. Okay, what is this? This is smaller than the size of the object. So this is what is about the concave lens and its nature of the image which is being formed inside this concave lens. Okay, next is that white light composed of 7 colors. Okay, so the last point says that white light is composed of 7 colors, and this we have already proved by the phenomenon of dispersion. Okay, this dispersion is very easily seen with the help of the prism, where one light ray was entering inside and this was breaking down into 7 colors, 7 rainbow colors, and this is known as the spectrum. Okay, so please remember what is spectrum. Spectrum is the band of 7 colors, band of 7 rainbow colors which is being obtained after dispersion. Okay, so we have already studied about this dispersion and spectrum. Okay, this is known as the spectrum. So the spectrum is of 7 colors which is known as the rainbow colors also, and this is in the form of Vibgyor. Okay, so I have also expanded the full form of this Vibgyor, which means that violet, indigo, blue, green or yellow, orange and red. Okay, so this is about the rainbow colors, and we have also seen about the dispersion phenomenon. This is very much easier to understand because it is taking place from the prism. Okay children, so then after that we have also seen about the Newton's color disc. So what is it? Newton's color disc was discovered by Newton, where we can see the 7 colors are being painted, and this when we are going to rotate that disc, it is going to form the white light, or it appears as white light. Now what was the concept behind this? The concept behind this was just the vice versa of this dispersion. So this dispersion says that when the light rays is passing from this prism has a feature or the tendency to just expand all these colors. Okay, so this disperses and this forms the 7 rainbow colors, whereas in the Newton's color disc, what is there? This Newton's color disc is the instrument where if we are going to combine the 7 colors, we are going to get the white light. Okay, so this was just the vice versa of this dispersion, where we saw that the white light is going to be formed because of these 7 colors, children. Okay, if we are going to combine these 7 colors, we are going to get the same white light. So this was just the vice versa of the formation of this rainbow. Okay, now how is this rainbow formed in the sky? Rainbow is formed just after the rainfall, and when the light also comes, because light also comes after the rainfall and the sunlight is also present. Then what happens, each droplet is going to act like, each water droplet, it acts like prism. It acts like prism, where the dispersion is taking place. In each and every droplet, the dispersion is taking place, and since the earth is circular in shape, we can easily see this rainbow which is being formed because of the sunlight and the water droplet which acts as a prism. Okay, so this was all about the dispersion, children. We have seen the discussion regarding this light, where we have seen the nature, where we have seen the reflection, where we have seen the surfaces, the shiny and the non-shiny surface, the mirror, the lenses, the curved surface. Okay, so this was all about the chapter light, children. We have discussed this in very much detailed. Okay, where we have seen the keywords as well as what we have learned in this chapter. Now the last thing which is left out is the exercises part of this chapter, which we are going to discuss in the next video. So we have discussed about the complete explanation of this chapter. Now I'll come up with the exercises in the next video. So that's all for today's video, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. Okay, so that's it for today.